Hello y'all, I'm back. It's 4:49 p.m. in the afternoon. Well, so they got a lot of little flies out here. So I keep trying to spray the flies. So it's not that, it has, all day it has not really been that hot out here. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but it's not that hot. But earlier today it supposedly rained. After I got out of the hotel, I think I did get rain alerts on my phone when I was still at the hotel. And I got rain alerts on my phone when I was at the hotel. And also, Google said it was gonna rain up until noon. And then when I left out of the hotel, I saw evidence that it was rain on the ground. Water on the ground, but not a whole lot, So, but, I was kind of psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, troubled about something last night that I can't publicize or talk about it today, and and so I went to bed probably before 1 o'clock in the morning, but I'm gonna stand over here. But so I woke up this morning at 10:18 a.m. and so I woke up 10:18 a.m. this morning, and then of course, almost every morning your bladder wakes you up, So wake up, go pee, or whatever, and then I warmed up the leftover pizza from yesterday and the lava cakes, and after that, I was online for a little bit, and I realized that I got yesterday and today I had some fake harassing comments from perps. And so earlier, like before I left the hotel, I noticed that a perp had, and it probably was the fake Angie Peterson Ling perp, or if not her, then I don't know who that was. So I received like harassing and threatening comments about the stalkers bragging about how they made it here in New Orleans by midnight. So if anything happens to me, or if I disappear, or if there's any reports about me being harmed, it's from the stalking cult trafficking criminals. And it's like, if I just watch like a few small amount of videos of how brutal human trafficking is, And I know I ain't the best or the holiest, but you know, I need to try harder to be holy, I know, and more righteous. Excuse me, and sin less often. You know, right when I said that, I think they're targeting my throat to try to stop me from talking. I know I need to do better at living more holy and more righteous, you know. Wow, come on, these flies. So they're engineering the flies to come harass me to trigger my Tourette's on purpose so that people can be like, oh, Candy, you see she's cursing, she's a hypocrite. When that's part of my disability, my Tourette's, you know, so, excuse me, so the Tourette's is involuntary and uncontrollable. So, but, so I was trying to tell everyone that last night I worked on 4 extra paragraphs of the novel, but I shared 3. But, you know, so yeah, are these stalking cult criminals that dedicated that they are willing to come from out of town? You know, if they are willing to come from out of town to come and attack and harass me or do stuff to me, and then when I document it, they make it like I'm the one that's violating people's rights and filming and recording and making people, well, I am filming and recording a document in case something happens, you know. So, but excuse me, it's like online and in-person stalkers doing stuff to me, you know. And wow, there's a white SUV that just pulled up with one brake light or one tail light. So I ate so late, but I just had a little couple of snacks that I had, excuse me, light snacks, because I felt like I didn't want to eat so much before dinner. So for tonight, I have enough funds for dinner. And I needed to get some more rubbing alcohol, so I got some more of that, and I also got you know, a couple of snacks, you know. So, but excuse me. Now, I'm sorry for TMI, but I was wondering what was going on with my body. You know, hold on, I'm gonna wait till they leave. Wow, they're not leaving. Wow. Well, I'll just say it anyway. They were sitting right next to me at the library. They were there already. And the perp with the one brake light, she has fake license plate with numbers that I hate. So, excuse me. It's feeling like a little bit warmer now. So, I was trying to tell y'all that so the last menstrual, sorry for TMI, but the last menstrual period that I had was that last court date on June 25th. you know. It was on June 25th. I had like no menstrual period at all for the month of July. And so now today is August 7th, and it's like I was a few minutes late of checking out. Well, they didn't penalize me, but I was a few minutes late, like 5 minutes late of checking out of the hotel because like right at the last minute my menstruation finally came, you know. So the stalkers were making remarks talking about Candy's pregnant. And, you know, well, if I'm pregnant, tell me who the baby daddy is, stupid motherfuckers. But, I'm 41, almost 42. Our birthday is August 25th, 1983. And, my first menstruation was, the foster dad, Al, was still alive, you know. And the fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, she punished me for having my first menstrual period. It was Tuesday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day of the year 1992. And a year later, well, we were 9 years old in third grade, but I don't remember if it was later on that same year or if it was the next year. But the foster mom, she applauded my twin sister for having her first menstrual period, you know. And it's like I was wondering what I did wrong. What did I do wrong? You know. And so, like, a few days ago, I read online that people try to say, well, you know, the earlier you caught your period, that's a lot of the times, not always, usually, the later that you're likely to start menopause, or the later that you start your first period, sometimes the earlier you will start, more likely to start menopause. And I heard some scary horror stories about menopause and stuff, you know. So I don't know if I'm in the beginning stages of perimenopause or not, but me being 41, almost 42, people still say that that's too early because it's like you gotta be like 40, between 45 and 55 is when it supposedly starts, from what I'm researching, what I read or whatever, you know. So, excuse me. So yeah, I came over here, you know, and I showed y'all that perp walk video, and I had some more perp activity, you know. So I mean, I don't know if my menstrual periods are gonna start to be irregular or what's going on, but right when I thought that I felt confident enough that, okay, well, maybe I should start, maybe I should throw my pads away, or that, or, you know, maybe I don't need the extra toilet paper. Well, I thought wrong. So, and my stomach is cramping a teeny little bit, not a lot at the moment. But I hate suffering on the streets during like homeless on the streets overnight during menstruation, and then especially when you gotta pee and don't have anywhere to go, or they force you urinate, you mean, or whatever, you know. But sorry for TMI with all that, But I can't believe I didn't know what to say or what to think. But, I was 8 years old. The fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, never gave me the birds and the bees talk. I think my body started developing when I was like 7. Excuse me. The foster mom, she never gave us the birds and the bees talk. Excuse me. Or any warnings about anything really, And then I remember telling my 3rd grade teacher, because like in New Orleans, I don't know about other black people, it's say your drawers, meaning underwear, So I came and sat down and thought, I guess it took some time to psychologically, mentally, and emotionally process the blood in my panties. And I said, my drawers bleeding. And then the 3rd grade special ed teacher, she was young herself. She was 23 years old. And she narcissistically fake punished me, and treated me like as if, how people would treat a troll online? That's how she would, And then the fake foster mom wrongfully punished me, And then, after certain months of being in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, whatever, if I would have menstrual cramps and so bad that I was started to cry, and the foster mom, if I would call begging her to take me home because my stomach is hurting so bad with the cramps, and she would narcissistically lecture me about how she's not coming to get me from school with vicious hate, anger, and hostility, narcissistically lecturing me about how she's not coming to get me from school, So, and I remember back in 2016, 17, those 2 years, I was living in Greenville, South Carolina, and my body would have quick flashes of overheat. And I thought that I was going through menopause then or something like that. And they said, oh no, you're too young. The paramedics and hospital people. So then I realized it wasn't that. But I didn't realize that my body was being microwaved from the directed energy weapons. Excuse me, It's like the longer I stay, another way the stalking cult is keeping me forced homeless, because the longer I stay living somewhere, that's the more aggressive that they progress towards electronically murdering me. Excuse me. Like when I stayed in that cabin, they were killing me up in there. But it seems like sometimes if I'm even homeless on the streets, if I'm staying at the same one spot every day, if they're not torturing me with weapons to force me to leave, it seems like they would perk me out of there, or try to get me wrongfully banned, kicked out, trespassed, or whatever. But it's like they won't let me stay anywhere for too long. Excuse me. So, and then they would try to make you look bad or feel bad by trying to make it like you have worn out your welcome. You've worn out your welcome. So they'll try to manipulate things to make it like you're the bad one when they're the criminals. And some of them being like covert and passive aggressive with, gaslighting and, wrongfully punishing you with undercooked food excuse me, and act like you're a big problem at these restaurants. If you try to tell them, well, hey, you know, I asked for a well-done burger and you gave me medium rare. And then they will give you, they'll refix the burger again, fake fix the burger again, and then give you a burger more raw than what they gave you before. And then you ask them a third time, and then they would do you even worse. And I'm like, okay, at this point, I know that they're perps doing this shit on purpose. But like the first or second time, you kind of try to give them the benefit of the doubt and wonder, well, maybe they might have made a mistake, or maybe they didn't follow directions. But no, it's deliberate, you know. So it's like, if I can't be like, you know, respected as a loyal customer at a certain coffee shop or whatever, or a restaurant for years, you know, they'll make sure you don't get to stay nowhere or live nowhere for long, you know, or work anywhere for long. It's like they're keeping you on the run. And then people the fake TI perps try to say, oh, be careful of the gang stalkers. They trying to make you look like a wanted fugitive. Stop moving around so much. But why everybody's telling me get out of New Orleans? Wow, these flies flew so close to my nose just now. And even my family thought they had the authority to say that I'm not wanted and that I should never come back down here. Family members generations lower than me who think they got authority over me, you know. But I think that lady that just walked in here, I think she had her gum. But hold up. But yeah, today being Thursday, August 7th. Well, I almost accidentally said April. August 7th, Thursday. So I got 4 more days before the court date. So-called trial without the fake public offender. Trial date without the fake public offender. And then, I don't know what the hell I'll be doing August 12th, but also, like, August 13th is the arraignment from May 9th, wrongful arrest. How do I get wrongfully arrested, like, precisely 4 months later, and on the 9th, which the occultist, like, number 9 is an occult number, OCCULT, occult number. The number 9 is one of the occult numbers of the occult. So I mean, I don't even know if they're doing these satanic ritual setups on satanic ritual high dates, where they use like the occultic numerology, you know. So, but so like, I don't know if I should have said something sooner, or if I'm early enough to say, well, since I have the court date on Monday and nowhere to put my belongings, I'm gonna need to have help. Well, since I got 2 court dates, please don't get mad at me. Blame the stalkers who set this all up. Please blame them. The stalkers who illegally pranked and swatted and set this all up. Please blame them. And please don't call me a burden. You know. So, okay, so I need help with hotel for like Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night of wait a minute, no. I'm sorry, not Thursday. Wait. No, not Thursday night. So I need help with like Sunday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. And then, me check out Thursday morning, because even Wednesday, I won't have anywhere to put my belongings, So I need help with, hotel, and also to be able to take a shower, get fresh, or, look a certain way. So whatever y'all can pitch in and help me out with, and y'all can, pitch in whatever you can afford and say court date or something like that, or say for court. So if I'm gonna need help with food, hotel, and they raised the price high. They raised the prices on those cheap shoes that I usually get. They raised the prices on the cheap shoes I usually get for the court dates. If I wear them once to court and then give them away or donate them, because I can't carry them around. I can only carry around so much, and the stuff I have is already too heavy, So I think I have enough funds for breakfast tomorrow as well. I keep saying, because my anxiety is really high. And the perps mock and make fun of me saying, and that might be a Tourette's vocal tic, I don't know. But I know my anxiety is really high, I'm nervous, Sometimes I don't even realize I'm saying it. So, the stalkers, they've been trying to do me in, trying to destroy me. And for them to say, enough of your begging. But okay, why did you sabotage my the airport job? If you don't want me begging, why you sabotage the airport job? And they're like, oh, we're going to get you fired from your job. Oh, we're going to get you banned. Oh, and you're going to have to look for somewhere else to work. Or you're going to have to look for somewhere else to stay. I'm telling everyone, the only work that they want me to do is, hold on. They have a child, so I can't say. I have to wait till the child is not present. So it looks like they got more than one sheriff deputy here. But the other one he's leaving in a different vehicle. I'm not sure what's going on, but anyway, so yeah, the only work they want me to do is sexual prostitution or something. And the fake Damnesia and the other stalkers, they so badly keep hammering at and harassing me about how they think I should get an OnlyFans. I thought I was so ugly and not attractive. And the stalking cult must have been so mad at me that the video that I did last night, it wasn't uploaded until like sometime in the middle of the night this morning. and the stalking cult, the video that I did entitled Gang Stalking and Food. You know, I should have said gang stalking and food sabotage. That's why I should have named it. You know. And because the stalker be like, oh, she talk about is gang stalking and food. She's so fat and greedy and this and that, whatever, you know. But so the video about gang stalking and food sabotage, you know, I had like almost 200 views and only 2 thumbs up. And they kept giving me fake harassing comments. In the video from the other day with the with the police incident at the park, they kept manipulating the likes and the numbers on there, and they kept manipulating the likes on the community posts. Excuse me, and manipulating the viewer numbers and everything. Right when I said that a few days ago, I lost about 5 subscribers. Now, after I mentioned it, 5 subscribers came back. I mean, that number came back. You know, excuse me. And it was a lady with a name called Defining Deborah on YouTube. She was the one who got a black lady. She got hateful and unfollowed me. The moment she was following me for a few days, and then she got hateful and unfollowed the moment that I posted up the police incident videos at the park. You know, and I don't even know if she was just ignorant or she's a damn perp herself. You know. But and on Twitter yesterday, it's like I've been Twitter, they call it X now, and I've been posting and get completely and totally ignored, or nobody seeing my stuff, or nobody saying anything, and it's like I hardly get to see other targeted individuals post and myself for so long that I forgot that this targeted individual ever existed. I'm like, oh, I forgot all about you, you know. I'm glad to see you again, you know. And if I end up, you know, having seen the post from people that I've been following, I haven't seen your post for like 2 whole years. Or my posts have not had much engagement, you know, and it's the same way on TikTok or whatever, or any other social media. For me to post something and everybody just pass me up and ignore me. So when I posted the post on Twitter, X or whatever yesterday, now everybody suddenly saw my post. That was the most engagement that I've gotten in I don't know how many months. You know. So, yeah, the stalkers probably didn't want to be didn't want to be looked at as guilty, so they finally let that post be seen and responded to, you know. And everybody else, like on TikTok and stuff, if they might have 586 likes and 242 comments, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Now, and if they get like 17,000 views, what am I doing wrong that all my posts get like under 50 views or something? Or if they might get 973 views and no engagement, you know. And it's the gang stalking cult shadow banning. And then the stalking cult threw it in my face about, haha, that's why nobody wants to read your blog. Or that's why nobody wants to read your trashy, nasty short stories. But they stalk and read everything. So they bragged about, as soon as they found out, they bragged about having my blog shadow banned. they illegally blocked me from getting to monetize my blog. And then at one point they said that my blog was a threat. They said that my blog was a threat. You know. And I'm gonna publicly talk about that app called Nextdoor. I'm getting about sick and tired of them too. Because they the fake moderators, they it's like they condone, encourage, and allow bullying. But when I posted a post about Gretna police corruption, my account was wrongfully suspended for like 2 whole weeks or something like that, because they falsely reported my profile as being disrespectful. Cops are not God. They worship the devil. They're humans who worship the devil, and they sold their soul to the devil for power. And that's the closest to thinking that they're God that they're gonna get, because these fuckers gonna burn in hell. Like almost every cop is a satanic sodomite. Not every, but almost. So it's like so many of them. You gotta be sexually perverse. And then all the people that's supposed to be in positions of power and authority, they're the main ones performing the corruption. Imagine the court judge that sentenced you to prison is a criminal his fucking self. Or a sex trafficking handler. That's how deep this is, you know? I mean, a sex trafficking Freemason handler. Or police chief. Participating in the human trafficking. And that's why when people get trafficked and raped, and the same people part of the conspiracy are the people who laugh and say nobody believe you. You know, it looks like they disabled the Wi-Fi. What? Wait, hold up. I'm getting alerts. Okay, wait, no. Severe thunderstorm warning for elsewhere, not here in New Orleans. Hi.
Hello.
I wonder how after 3 hours I thought they disabled my Wi-Fi. Why do I have to log back in again? Oh, I'm sorry. Someone thought I was talking to her, but I'm live streaming. I mean, I'm sorry, not live streaming. I'm doing a regular video. But they're making me sign back in after 3 hours instead of the usual 6 hours. I don't know if they changed things around, but so between now, it's 5:28, it's almost 5:30. Between now and dinner time, I already listened to the Bible. So I listened to 3 chapters of 1 John in the New Testament. And that had me psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, and spiritually on my toes. Like, So, but, I listened to the first 3 chapters of 1 John. Last night, I completed the last 4 chapters of 2 Chronicles. You know, and so right now I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna try to work on the novel. And you know, I could do stuff like edit stuff, add in, or maybe remove something, or change things around. You know, like what I'm showing y'all is just like samples and rough drafts. You know, it's not the final product, but I'm just showing y'all like samples to show y'all proof that, okay, I'm writing, I'm working, I'm doing my job. Okay? So, last night, you know, me feeling depressed and feeling fearful about, you know, the 2 court dates next week. I felt on the verge of wanting to give up and trying to fight to not give up, and felt hopeless and felt trapped and felt like I felt afraid that I was going to go crazy last night. And I ended up losing sleep, feeling like very worried last night. You know, but I didn't act on anything, and I didn't have any plans on acting on anything. You know, I just was afraid I was gonna have a emotional breakdown and cry and scream or have a meltdown or something like that, you know. But I'm wrongfully banned from the shelters. And, you know, yesterday on Nextdoor, I asked, you know, for advice on what type of housing could I get. Even though I can't be around people, I can't live amongst people with my disability and everything. And I was trying to see what kind of housing could I get with my income. And I said, well, I'm being attacked by a group of people that's keeping me forced homeless. And I got ganged up on, bullied, and attacked, you know, online, you know. And then when I reported them, the fake moderators lied and said no violations found. Like they were mocking and perping me. And then when they had a guy that tried to discredit me, and then I responded, and then they made it like as if I'm breaking the rules or potentially going to break the rules if I post XYZ to defend my innocence. So I just got frustrated and deleted the whole post. It's like they're attacking my freedom of speech and expression on Nextdoor app. You know, and so they got perps on there, and it was people in the so-called TI community that suggested that I go on Nextdoor and talk about the gang stalking. And I never asked for any money on Nextdoor. You know, but I'm already getting attacked, and they trying whatever, like my account is on its last legs over there, you know, and other people complain. They even talk about the moderators being corrupt as well. But I'm gonna get off here. I love y'all, and thanks for listening to me. And I'm sorry I didn't mean to make y'all feel squirmish or offended or whatever. I love y'all. I'll see y'all.